Hello, welcome to the place on the internet I talk about comic books. Very recently, I launched with my partner on this book, Maurizio, GEHENNA, Naked Aggression. It is a revenge story, it is an action story, and it has a lot of people chasing each other around with guns. It's as fun as it gets. Maurizio's work is incredible. I made a little sizzle reel on this channel. Please check it out if you haven't yet. And if it appeals to you, call your local comic book call your local comic book store, ask for a copy. Thank you. Today I thought I would talk about the process of launching a book and one aspect in particular, which is press. Here's the long and the short of it. Who is going to announce your book? Who is going to talk about your book while it's in solicits? Can you get media on your side? Is there anybody that you specifically need? Is there anybody that you don't want? Well, this is a tough question for me because I had a conversation the other day where somebody put it very plainly. They said, you're not in the business of comic books. You're in the business of hustling your product. Get it through your head. It's very disappointing. It's a very ugly statement. Kind of irrefutable, though, at the end of the day. There's some truth to it. And I've never been great at this. I want my work to stand on its own 2 feet. I want you to purchase it on the merits of the fact that it looks awesome to you. Unfortunately, that's living in a merit-based delusional utopia of some kind that doesn't actually exist. You do have to make people aware of the thing that you're doing. They won't just come to it. And particularly because comic books are it's a B to B to C business. I need comic book stores to believe in what I'm doing, right? I can't just rely on the fact that they're going to order copies that you are going to say, oh, this looks awesome the day that you are in the store. I have to make everybody as aware of it as possible. I'm making little efforts through things like this YouTube channel. Every episode, I'm going to be, have a little thing in the front telling you, hey, check it out if you haven't. I'm going to do any interview that'll have me. I will promote it on social media, but the idea that I'm supposed to remember somebody's name at one of these press outlets that I don't read, that I don't even necessarily like, and I'm supposed to lie to them and butter them up. I just, I know that there's an aspect of that I have to do, but it's not an easy sell for me. So some of your favorite comic book creators are very good at this. This is not me necessarily casting shade on them because, frankly, it is part of the job. And, you might view it through a different lens than I do. That's wholly positive. But they're good at remembering people's names. They're good at shaking hands. They're good at making people feel remembered and seen and happy. And that goes a long way. As ludicrous as that is, when you're selling a product, you would think that the only thing that matters is the product, right? Is it good? Do I believe that I could sell it to my consumer, etc.? But in fact, there is still a huge aspect of, I guess, what sales repery, right? So you want to take people out for dinner, or you want to give gifts to retailers, and this is all real stuff, and you want to give gifts to outlets. Most of the time, that's in the form of gossip. There's a couple creators who got a lot of coverage for a lot of years by being snitches, by being moles, by being people that would reveal everything about what was going on within one of the publishers to media outlets in exchange for greater coverage of their work. This is all stuff that happens that I just don't want any part of. So what is somebody like myself supposed to do? I reached out to Music Press because I knew it would be friendly to me, and it is of interest to the people that like my music. It might be a novelty to people who don't like my music but know my band's name and say this, oh, he does comic books? That's strange. And I thought it might reach somebody outside of the normal comics ecosystem. Remains to be seen if it worked or not. But frankly, here's the crazy part. What you really want is a link. You're not looking for people to read it on the site Because frankly, lifestyle media is in the toilet. Not many people are reading anything. So what you're looking for is a link and a name with a credible name, a website that people might recognize within one weird world or another, and you want something that you can share that seems to offer you some credibility while also giving you this little package thing that you can hand to people, like, oh, here's the link with the information or the cover or interior, a couple interior pages, whatever. And it is not about the old idea of visibility where people go to that site for information on X, Y, or Z and they see your thing and they click on it immediately. And I don't think I'm telling tales out of school, but there's one outlet that used to cover comics that does not anymore because they received 0 clicks on some of those links. 0. At any rate, it's a different landscape than it used to be. You're not looking for the same coverage for the same reasons as before. A lot of it comes down to film and television. A lot of guys want the Hollywood Reporter or Variety, outlets like that, to do the announcement because their managers are behind the scenes handing that link, really. I don't know why I just physically, it's unlikely they're physically handing anybody anything. They're sending a link from Variety, from the Hollywood Reporter, to producers saying, hey, look at all this credibility. It's already being talked about in film and television media. So it's not about somebody reading it. It's about what light it casts on you. But frankly, I'm not sure that matters at all either. We're in a very weird time where nobody is reading lifestyle. Most things have gone over to YouTube. I imagine people will get sick of that soon too, but we haven't hit that pothole yet. So what to do? Where do you want to read about comic books? If you're a longtime comic book reader, you might say, oh, there's a couple websites I check out, but those are becoming few and far between, and their coverage is shifting as well. A lot of it to not the type of comics that I do. So where do you go? You know? And what are your goals? This is what I was asked the other day, because, well, what's your goal? What are you trying to achieve with that link? And I said, for fucking 30 more people to read it? What do you mean? And he said, no. It's about how it makes you look. It's about how you are perceived. What do people think about that outlet so that when your name's associated with it? And this is a guy who does this for a living. And I wanted to slap him because I hate this conversation. It is simply a place to check out the book. What more is there? But to him, it's about what it says about you. Does it become easier to sell your book? It's a film, television. Does it become easier? Does it become harder? If you put your announcement in Hustler magazine, it becomes harder. If you put your announcement in Fangoria, it becomes a little bit easier. But what does it mean for someone like me whose chief priority is the actual comic book and getting people to read it? I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what these outlets are worth anymore. There's no sure thing anymore, if there ever was. There's no reach. There's no reach. Sorry, this became depressing. I thought I had a point. I don't know. I guess I'm doing my own press now.